Welcome to another journey on the path to the unbreakable you. We live in a world of abundance. Yet when it comes to the power of our minds, most people have an attitude of lack. An attitude of lack is believing that you are lacking something genetically that prevents you from having an abundance of power and ability deep within you. It's believing that you were somehow skipped over when it comes to the power of the I. The only reason that anyone would ever have an attitude of lack is because the beliefs in their subconscious mind are connecting them more to the me and less to the I. Always remember, it is only the me that can experience self-doubt and fear. It is impossible for the I to ever feel this way. This is a universal law. We human beings cannot break universal laws and principles. All we can do is break ourselves on them when we don't adhere to them. To better understand how universal laws and principles work, think about this. There are only 5 things in the world that have shaped everything in existence, from the micro level of the microscopic protons on the subatomic level of matter to the micro level of all of the planets and stars in our solar system. These 5 things have also created you and me and all human beings. There is time, space, energy, and matter. And these 4 things would be nothing without this 5th thing. There would be no order in the world. The world would be full of chaos. It would just be a world of complete and utter chaos. This 5th thing makes the grass grow, the birds fly, and it exists in all forms of consciousness. The vegetation, insect, animal, and human consciousness that we discussed in session 2. You will find it in all of these. This 5th thing is a universal intelligence, a divine intelligence. Some people call it God, nature, or the creator. It doesn't matter what your faith is or what you call it. It is this intelligence that has created the universal laws and principles that govern our life and our universe. This universal intelligence does not know the color of someone's skin, or the shape of their eyes, or texture of their hair. It doesn't give or care rather about the man-made race. It does not believe in the man-made race. It does not give more power to one man-made race and less power to another. Because to the divine intelligence of the universe, there is no such thing as race. It does not agree with the man-made construct of race. This divine intelligence does not divide the human family into different sub-races of people. It does not see Latino people, or African people, or Asian people, Native American people, biracial people. This does not exist. None of these man-made races exist in the universal intelligence. The universal intelligence in the laws and principles it created does not agree with or acknowledge the man-made construct of race. This is very important to understand because as a person of color, you have been conditioned into believing you were born genetically less than other man-made races of people. That the way that you look and who you are is some kind of mistake. Only the beliefs in the human subconscious mind acknowledge and believe in the man-made construct of race. The human mind is the only place in the universe where the construct of race exists and is acted out and believed in. There are many universal laws and principles. You don't need to know how all of them work for them to be affecting your life. You don't even need to know that they are there. But they are there and they are working. For example, when you wake up, do you tell your heart to beat? Do you tell your heart each morning, come on, heart, start beating. I want to live, beat, beat, beat. No, of course not. Your heart beats over 100,000 times a day and over 35 million times in a year. During a lifetime, the human heart will beat more than 2 billion times without you telling it to. This is a universal law and principle. It is an internal universal law and principle that is governed and controlled by something outside of your body. You don't have to consciously tell it what to do. You could call this the heartbeat principle if you wanted to. When you eat food, do you tell your mouth and throat to salivate? To create saliva and push your food down into your esophagus and stomach? And then tell your stomach, liver, kidneys, and other organs how to break up the food and its nutrition and put it into your bloodstream and take the nutrition where it needs to go and then remove the waste from your body? No, this process happens all on its own without you being aware of it and in control of it. If you wanted to, you could call this the micro universal law and principle of eating food. You see how universal laws and principles work? You don't tell your fingernails to grow. You don't tell your body to age. Universal laws and principles are working in us and around us every second and every moment. And we do not control them. They control us. Some are more complex and important than others. But in the end, they always have power and control over us. For billions of years, they have been working every second, every minute of every day. And they will continue to do so whether you are consciously aware of them and believe in them. They always have and they always will keep the world in balance and give human beings the power to create the life and happiness we desire when we are properly aligned with them.